Oh shit, sorry. I hit energy early and I'm eating bread. Hold on. Okay. Hey, what's going on YouTube? And it's that unknown individual, and I'm here with my top 10 video games that I genuinely like. I didn't really have an intro for this, so let's just get started, shall we? Number 10, Bloodborne. Bloodborne, from my experience, has been like taking care of a toddler. If you don't watch what that toddler is essentially doing, chances are that kid's gonna hurl himself off the nearest cliff, or probably eat a whole pile of Flintstones gummies, whatever in your opinion is. Essentially, the game is hard as balls, especially when you're new to the game, but as I said, by taking care of a toddler, you grow an experience to said how toddler acts and reacts. So you begin to know the ins and outs of said game, making the experience better as time goes on. Of course, that doesn't stop the game from kicking you in the ass, faster than a fucking leopard in heat, climbing into the nearest locomotive, right on a track, eating to the nearest abyss to drop down in. But anyway, that's just my humble opinion. It's still a good game. Number 9, Arcania, the Complete Tale. Arcania is a game that I doubt gets much attention, and hell, I doubt many of you even know what the game is about. It's essentially a story-based RPG where you play as a voice protagonist numbers 273 and woman, and are about to get married. But of course, some disaster happens to roll by where the woman is killed during the event, and of course, voice protagonist number 273 goes out to find and avenge her death. The gameplay is alright. You end up being able to use both advanced combat and magic, and you do end up avenging her. Oh, and in case you're wondering why it's called The Complete Tale, it's because there's a sequel to the said story, I think, and I don't fucking know. You have to find the Redstone Aja, I think. Anyway, on to number 8. Number 8, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Whoa, hold on now. Now hold on. I know some of you are probably gonna get triggered in the comments, but hold your horses, okay? Skyrim is basically a very open RPG where you, the player, get to make your own story. It has sorry about that. It has character customization and the ability to build a house. Now let's be honest here. Minecraft clearly stole this idea from Skyrim. But I mean, look at that. But anyway, I digress. Skyrim overall is a basically good time waster. But there are good things about this game that I genuinely like the ability to play as multiple races. Also, some of the mods you can download are genuinely a bit, they're genuinely a neat idea. Like the mod that allows you to slow and essentially stop time, so you can harness your inner Dio and a bandit so hard that he feels pain after the time stop ends. But anyway, that's my favorite mod. But yeah, on to number 7. Number 7, Dead Rising. Not the 4th game, not the 3rd or the 2nd, but I'm talking about the 1st game. With Frank, I've covered Wargino West. Experiencing the game for the first time allowed me to see why people like this game, and I got sucked in myself. And I played and finished it like early 2019. The controls are fluid to me, and it has major replayability value. After getting a bad ending, I went ahead and took it upon myself to get the best ending I could ever get, meaning saving a bunch of civilians who were trapped, dealing with a bunch of psychos, and yes, even running through that entire section of freaking armed forces, which was a bitch, but I got through it. So, I would recommend this if you want a classic game of zombie horror survival. Mixed in with a bit of psycho killing as well. But yeah, it's a pretty damn good game. Number 6, Sims 4. Man, just another game from EA that sells only that only sells like the base game and gives you a bunch of DLC later on. That aside, it's an okay game. Sometimes the game will bug out though, and it really does annoy me. I don't really have much to say about this one, so I'm just gonna yeah. To the next one. Number 5, Monster Hunter World. Personally, I love the combat system, even if the combat controls feel weird to me. I love how the monsters are designed and how they included what is apparently the world's own ecosystem. Like how they had apex predators and monsters so small that they can't even be considered monsters. More like those cheap pets you see at the back of a Petco, because we all know they're gonna die soon. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Monster Hunter World. Give me a break. It's literally 5 in the fucking morning. I can only talk so much. Number 4, Sega Genesis Classic for the PS4. If you loved 8 or 16 or Furry 2 or fucking 4K bit games, then you'll like this addition to Sega games brought straight to the PS4. This wide selection of pixelated gameplay at your disposal, like Sonic, Alex Kidd, and what was that one name? Oh, yeah. Oh, and the Golden Axe franchise, definitely recommended. Number 3, Doom. Just, holy hell, it's just a wonderful experience. If you crave a brutal combat system with fast action gameplay, then you should definitely submit yourself to this game and see how wonderful it is. It's the remaster to a game we've all been waiting for, and I think it's just perfection. Brutal perfection. Number 2, Team Fortress 2. This game is an amazing first-person shooter and is like an instant classic. Fuck! Okay. And the characters are likable and have their own methods of play styles in the game. Want to go for a stealthy approach and take enemies from behind? Then Spy is the class for you. Want to stay far behind your team and fire from afar? Then Sniper is the way to go. Want to be an annoying prick who likes to taunt literally everyone every time you kill someone? Then obviously you have to pick Scout. Overall, the game is a trip. Overall, the game is a trip. Even if it's just an FPS game, would highly recommend. And the moment you've all been waiting for, number 1, it's Honey Pop. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's actually Gary's mod. Okay, the plethora of game modes that can be on Gary's mod is just a bit overwhelming. But there are just a lot of people who can like make their own game modes and game mod Gary's mod. You know what they say. Enjoying the burger by just its base, it's a bad move. What do I mean? Well, you see, the base game is alright. Not much you can do though. Yeah, you can harness your inner movie maker or builder to make some MacGyver levels and contraptions, but there is more to it than that. You can download literally an army of add-ons that can make your game a whole lot better. You're probably wondering, oh no, individual, why are you talking about the game's add-ons and not the actual game? Because the game enforces you to install add-ons, making the game either better, quirkier, or in some cases both. Want to stop time the press of a button? There's an add-on for that. A mod where you're able to wear the Infinity Gauntlet and snap your enemies to oblivion? There's an add-on for that too. What I'm saying is, this game is definitely worth for your time, and it's basically a whole bunch of things at once. So there's literally a thing for everyone in this game. I would definitely recommend it. I even say it's the best game I ever played. But that's just me. Anyway, signing off, and thank you. I thank you all for letting me give you my opinion. Alright, I'll see you later.